Hi Leo, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So this will take you from the 10th to the 17th of July. I'm going to pull you one card before we pull the weekly tarot. Oh, lovely. You got Treasure Island. So Treasure Island sort of comes when you find some goodness in your life. This goodness might be about anything. It could be about relationships, it could be about finances, but there's this feeling of hitting the jackpot. Before Treasure Island, I always laugh because there's a feeling, maybe Leo, that some of you have felt very lost at sea for a little while, and this is you sort of coming home, coming to this treasure pot. So hopefully this means there's some very good news coming your way. So let's look 6 cards for the sign of Leo for the week ahead, please. Please make it straightforward. I'm sort of laughing when I say that. Everyone's readings have been hugely complex, but let me see what's going on for the sign of Leo. So, what lies behind you is the Moon card. The Moon card tends to represent being in the dark, being in a period of uncertainty, even potential fear, okay? Because it represents the unconscious mind. There's 2 dogs down here, and the dogs are dark. By the time we get to the full card, the dogs are now white. So this issue of uncertainty has been worked through. So let's, okay, 2 of Wands as the gift though. Challenge, Page of Swords. I think this might be your Treasure Island because people in your life are coming forward with the Ace of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. So you're in transition somewhere, Leo. You might not have total clarity what that next step is. Out come the 4 of Swords. What's the connecting card between these 2? Okay, 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So it's funny, my eyes have gone straight to these 2 cards. The 6 of Swords is obviously a transition card, leaving something behind to move forward to a new life. But you're right in the middle of the ocean. You've got the moon behind you. So definitely this feeling of being on some sort of voyage, but not fully sure where that final destination is, Leo, okay? That is clarified with the 2 of Wands over in my head of it. What's clear to me is there's only one major arcana, which is the Moon card. So the clarity comes when we get to the Sun. And the Sun hasn't quite came yet, which means you're in a period of not being fully sure about the next step. So I think the Treasure Island is coming through relationships because the Ace of Pentacles is how other people are showing up for you. So they're bringing some sort of gift your way. So the gift might be about finances. It might be about a new chapter that's beginning to develop, but it's coming through other people. Please clarify the Ace of Pentacles for Leo. Yeah, Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. So your gift, your Treasure Island is definitely coming through other people. But the central issue for you is this fork in the road and the 6 of Swords. The trick with this energy, Leo, has to be in not overthinking things. Because you're on voyage somewhere. I can absolutely guarantee you. Clarifying card for these 2 again. Okay. One card. Give me a minute, guys. Cards keep flashing, then going back into the cards again. The wheel. So the wheel is the clock. So some of you are waiting for this clock to turn so you can have this perfect sense of clarity about how this wheel is going to unfold. Leo, I guarantee you, you're on your way. Is perfect clarity coming to you this week? I am not fully sure. I'm going to sort of clarify this. The challenge is a Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords carries the Ace, and he starts to go forward to implement the clarity that he has, but this is still a challenge for you, Leo. And there's only one way to work with this energy, and it's about gaining as much peace as you can within yourself, because the Four of Swords has showed up. That's sort of your advice. This is about rest, recovery, building up your energy. It comes right after the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords can be anything. It can be about difficulty in relationships. It can be about recovering from some sort of, you know, even an operation can be the Three of Swords, because there's been an invasion in your body. Because the Four of Swords is the card of recovery, building your energy before you move forward, because there's a little bit of a challenge about clarity and implementing things yet. And the trick when you're working with this always has to be to take a step back, to rest, to build your energy. Either that, or for some of you, through this new chapter is coming through the other. The Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles are all about form. They're 3D, money, housing, jobs. And this is coming through a relationship. So it might be the relationship that gets the wheel to turn. And even though you're clearly still in transition, I think the advice card, and the outcome is about taking a step back, building your strength. Because when we get the Six of Swords, she's going forward to build a new life. And to build a new life takes tremendous amount of energy. So if you're in a period of waiting to go forward to implement this Ace of Swords, this clarity, and if this was my reading, I would just rest, because in this boat is these Six Swords, and it's these Six Swords that she's got to build a new life with. So really, I want you to make sure, Leo, that you're not taking debris from the past with you, but the new chapter you're going forward to is built on an awful lot of clarity on the value systems and on the life that you actually really, really want to build. Because there's no mistakes. And when we're waiting on this wheel, or if we're in a period of indecision and we're waiting for more clarity to come, it's a very, very unique process. And we need to embrace it for what it is, rather than trying to fight against it. Because when we try and fight against it and we try and push the river, we go back into the energy of the Three of Swords, and we get lost in financial and mental looping. Okay? And you don't get the rest that's required of you, and what the advice is, which is totally about rest. So it's obviously through a relationship that this Treasure Island, some sort of gift is coming your way. Is there any more clarity coming from the cards about what this is? The King of Cups keeps appearing. So it can be a water sign again, but it's not. Maybe someone in your relationship is actually beginning to take the lead and to implement the change. That's one way of looking at this. Tell me more about the challenge then for Leo with this Page of Swords. Yeah, look, Page of Swords with the Strength card. So your energy. There's this feeling almost, Leo. Very, very interesting reading. It's basically a reading of being in transition. We're always going through cycles, and we all love the aces. You've got a lovely ace coming through your relationships, okay? But to get to the aces, we need to go through the transitional period. And this is clearly a period of being in transition. I think probably because of Leo's energy is so much about soul purpose and going forward with that creative fire. It's probably a huge challenge for Leo when you feel that you can't push that forward right now. You're clearly going forward to a new life. Tell me where the Six of Swords is leading, Leo. Oh my gosh, to the Empress. So this is clearly going to be about a new home, family, that sort of energy, because the Empress is Mother Nature, she's Mother Earth, she's Taurus, so she's about the foundations of her life. So you're clearly in transition towards this beautiful, beautiful Empress energy. The trick to this reading is to embrace completely where you are. When you're in the moon, you're very much in the great mystery of life. So a lot of people don't like the moon, and a lot of people love the moon. I think as a fire sign, it's probably a very challenging energy because it's about receptivity. It's about being in the journey into the unknown. But look where you're going. You're going to the Empress here, which is clearly about some sort of new home, new job, maybe a new baby, family life. If it's not about family life, it's about love. I'm going to see if I can get another card for you, Leo. I think some of you are definitely moving or about to get moving. Okay, message in a bottle. I think the message is coming through a relationship though. You got the leg up card, which means you might be getting some support to move forward, and it's definitely coming through your relationships. I have to say, Leo, I think yours has been the most complex of the whole week so far. But when we're in transition, we're always in a state of complexity, because if you think about it, our security comes, we're leaving behind which one's constituted our security to move to the unknown. So it's always a very interesting process to be in. I think the key here is about resting, knowing where you're going, and allowing definitely this relationship energy to bring in the potential changes. Some support is coming from somewhere, and I think it's clear with this reading that it's coming through someone close to you. And I think you're going towards building a new home and a new life. Wow, Leo, not quite sure what to say. Probably one of the more challenging readings. Very exciting. I guess if we don't like change, it's not very exciting. If we embrace change, because a lot of people don't like uncertainty, and that's why they don't like being in the moon energy. But if you embrace uncertainty, it becomes a very, very exciting adventure about watching how destiny supports you and leads you and guides you. What an interesting reading, Leo. Okay, something's very interesting going on here. Love it. And I'll speak to you next week, and take care. Don't push anything. Rest, recuperate, rebuild your energy, because you'll need it. Because the Empress is about a whole new chapter unfolding, and she needs a lot of energy in order to manifest and create and build, okay? And make sure these 6 swords are exactly what you want You don't want to be bringing the 10 of Wands to this new chapter. So use this time to let go, to cleanse, to process and rebuild your energy. Okay, Leo, loads of love. Bye.